Well, I want to thank the mayor and thank all the folks here in Sayreville. The Lieutenant Governor and I are happy to be here. Want to report to you on the current state of affairs across the state. I've been driving around the state for the last few hours, and here's what we find. In the northern part of the state, we're in one of the heaviest snow bands right now, from where we are right here in Sayreville up through the northern part of the state. So the snow is at its heaviest point so far today for the northern part of the state. So for the folks from here in Middlesex County, north, all the way up to Bergen County, stay home. I mean, I've been saying that all day, but you're in a particularly bad time now, and I've just been out on the roads for a couple hours, saw a lot of people off the road, you know, not being able to move off exit ramps, et cetera. So don't put yourself in a position, I don't care whether you have a four-wheel drive vehicle or not. It's just very slippery out there right now, and and the snow is difficult, and the visibility is no more than a quarter of a mile. So for anybody who's at home right now thinking this might be a good time to go out in the northern part of the state, it is not. So please don't. In the southern part of the state, we're seeing continued accumulations of snow. You know, I think we can wind up in that part of the state getting at least 2 feet of snow. Feel good. I was just at the Department of Transportation Control Center in Woodbridge. The roads are being cleared. They're passable for emergency vehicles. Let's please not put more vehicles out there. I saw a couple of snowplows on Interstate 287 that were stopped because they were being blocked by vehicles that had gotten stuck. This just damages our ability to be able to get the roads clear. So we declared a state of emergency last night. We're asking you to stay off the roads. Please stay off the roads. But we're getting those roads cleared, not only here, but in the southern part of the state. At the Jersey Shore, we've made it through the first high tide, which was at 6:45 this morning, with most of the shore being in very good shape. Some minor street flooding in the northern part of the shore. The only place where we're having any kind of significant street flooding is very, very far south in Cape May County, places like Avalon and Stone Harbor, Sea Isle City. We've got some significant street flooding there. That water is receding, and the information we're getting from the National Weather Service now, as of now, is that the high tide tonight will be less significant than the one this morning, and the one tomorrow morning will be even less significant than that. So for the folks down in Cape May County, I'd say to all of you, we're probably in as bad a shape now as you're going to be. It'll get better as the day goes on, but we're going to continue to monitor that. The DEP Commissioner, Bob Martin, is working closely. He's been on the phone with the mayors down there directly to make sure we're communicating. This morning, I had a phone conference with all of the mayors in the state who wanted to sign on to the call. I think we had close to 300 mayors on the call. We gave them a full briefing on what the status was. That was at about 8:30 this morning. And if we need to have another one of those calls this evening, if circumstances change markedly, we'll do that. On the power situation, so far so good. We've got about 90,000 outages across the state. Most of those are focused in the southern and central part of the state. So the Atlantic City Electric area down south has about 50,000 outages, and the JCP&L service area in the central part of the state has about 40,000 outages right now. We anticipate those will go up as the day goes on for 3 reasons. First, for the heavy, wet nature of the snow that will lean on trees come down, take down wires, that's a problem. Second, some fairly high winds. Now, not quite as high winds as they were anticipating or forecasting earlier, but still significant winds that will, with heavy snow, take down some of those wires. Third reason is that we're having some substation failures, especially down in the Atlantic City Electric area. That's good news, though, for those folks, because if we can get those substation failures fixed much more quickly than the individual pole-to-pole work on wire work, which we can't do until the winds subside because it's unsafe to put folks up into those bucket trucks. But on the substations, we can do that. So for about 10 to 12,000 of the people without power in Cape May County, that's a substation problem, and we hope to be able to have Atlantic City Electric getting that fixed relatively soon, hopefully before the end of the day today. For folks who lose power, please, given how cold the weather is, try to go and shelter in the home of a friend or family member if you can. Don't stay in the cold. If you don't have a friend or family member near, we have shelters open in every county in the state. They are ready to take people. and keep them warm and get them fed and all the rest. So you can be able to do that. If you have trouble getting to one of those shelters, call your local police department. They'll work with you and coordinate in order to get you to one of those shelters if you need to be sheltered because of the cold. This is my 17th snow emergency in 6 years. So we know how to do this. I've been in constant contact with Governor Cuomo. We're making decisions regarding the roadways in the northern part of the state that lead into New York City in conjunction with the governor. I just got off the phone with him. We're going to continue to evaluate this. There may come a time where we decide to close the Hudson River crossings because of the wind situation and because of the snow accumulation on both sides of those crossings, both in the northern New Jersey side and in New York City. But that's a decision that Governor Cuomo and I will make over the course of the day. But be assured, I've spoken to Andrew 3 times today. We're continuing to talk with each other on a regular basis, compare notes, and make sure that if there's any action that needs to be taken by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, that we'll be able to do that in a coordinated, cooperative way, as we always have. And so I've spoken, we've also made briefings available to the leadership of the legislature, the Speaker and the Senate President in the last 24 hours, and so they're aware of what's going on as well, and we're obviously available to deal with those folks on an as-needed basis. Lastly, I just say to everybody that try not to buy into some of the hyper talk that goes on at times around this stuff. If you stay inside and stay warm, you're going to be fine. If you lose your power, we've got a place for you to go if you don't have a place to go. But the biggest way you get yourself in trouble today is if you decide to go out and try to brave it yourself. Then we've got to go get tow trucks out there to get you out of snowbanks, and it's very, very dangerous and slippery out there. So please refrain from doing that if you can. If you do, this whole thing will be over by late this evening in the north, by early this evening in the south, and then we're looking for good weather tomorrow. Clear weather, sunny weather, which will help to begin to melt some of the snow and, in fact, give us an opportunity to get everything cleaned up so that we can be ready by Monday. Also, forgot to mention New Jersey Transit. Obviously, New Jersey Transit is closed now. We closed it at 2 a.m. last night. That was predominantly for getting plows on the trains so that they can clear the snow off of the train tracks so that we can get a head start on trying to get ready for the Monday commute. We can't make any guarantees yet because we don't see what the full extent of the storm is, but I would hope that New Jersey Transit would be up and ready to go in time for people to make their commute on Monday morning, but we'll keep you up to date on that as well.